Hello, hello, hello. Hello from Unpacking My Life with a planner, a journal, and a prayer. My name is Carol, and I've been wanting to do this for a really, really long time. I'm a mom of two 20 somethings. I am a wife to a wonderful husband, and I am a mom to three furry friends that run around the house. And I'm also a two-time cancer survivor. And I feel like planning is right up my alley because I used to be a teacher and I planned all the time. It's also very organized, which kind of flows into my personality. And it involves office supplies, which is a huge, huge thing for me. I just absolutely love it, especially when school time comes around. But anyway, using a planner seemed to be perfect for me. However, I started looking into it and quickly I realized I would get addicted very, very fast. So, after countless drives to Joann's and Michael's and Hobby Lobby and everywhere else I could find things on clearance, I now have quite a stockpile and feel like I can at least feel like I belong in the community of planning. But also, as I looked into it, I realized it's not all about jamming your planner full of stuff. You know, as women, we wear so many hats, and it's never enough. As we're taking care of kids and we're fixing the house and getting meals together, and most of us have jobs and we're doing all these different things, but somehow or another, we don't seem to fit into the equation. And I find that really kind of sad. And after going through cancer and having to kind of reanalyze what my life was all about, I realized that there's a lot of things that happen in our world that just aren't that important. So when I started working with my planner, I decided one of the main things was I wanted to unpack it instead of pack it full. So the name of my channel being Unpacking My Life seemed to be perfect because I'm all about unpacking things, trying to figure out some time that you can set aside for yourself, and trying to, at the same time that you're writing down all these things that you have going on in your life and organizing things, which is really, really important, um, you also need to look at where's the balance, where's time for me. And so I decided to kind of put a new spin, I guess, on planning and go my own direction. And you'll notice in my planner, there's usually a goal that I've got at the bottom. And that goal is something that's for me, something that I'm trying to work on. Once you get through an illness, no matter what illness it is, one that kind of changes your life forever, you look at things differently and you're not quite as confident as you used to be. So I'm kind of still working on getting confidence back and trying to get things semi like they used to be, but also change it in a way that the wisdom through an illness, has given me. So you'll notice in my planner, I not only have a lot of spaces that are empty, you'll also see as I start putting up these videos that the theme for each week has something to do with something that's occurred in my life. Whether it's a dog that's passed away or a dog that we've gotten, or maybe a crazy week of work, or maybe it's trying to declutter something. Whatever it is, I'll be bringing themes through that I think most of you can relate with. So hopefully you'll like this channel and you'll get to know me. And I invite you on my journey to experience, I guess, life a little bit more in balance. And hopefully together we can make that all work out. So the next time you see me, we will take a trip through my planner in the way in which I see my life. And hopefully that will shed some light on your life also. Alrighty, well, here is my journal, or the way in which I see it. You'll notice it's not jam crammed full of stuff. There's empty spaces here and there, and this is not all filled up over here. Also, instead of it saying to do and kind of feeling like it's yelling at you, like you gotta get it done, you gotta get it done, I've named mine in my suitcase. And I don't know if you can see very clearly, but here, I'll turn this over here. You'll see a suitcase sitting here. And that just tells me, okay, well, if I can unpack these things during the week, that's awesome. If I can't get to them, then okay, I'll just move them till next week. It's all right. Over here is going to be my theme for the week. So depending upon what it is, it'll be written up here. And I think that's a reminder to me. For this one, because it's my first video, I just went ahead and put up Unpacking My Life, because that's the name of my channel, and it's an introduction of my first spread. So I put it all there together. If you look further down, you'll notice that I've got a mixture of washi tape here, 2 different kinds of crisscrossed. I've got a gray marker, which is Statler marker. It's a 2-ended brush marker, and I use the thinner side. Over here, I have used just a piece of just cheap scrapbook paper, actually. And I cut it with this little handy dandy, I don't know if you've ever seen these or not, but it's called the Happy Planner stamp. And it's actually for the regular classic size planner. Mine is actually the big planner. So for me, which I kind of like, it cuts a shorter, smaller triangle, which gives me the option to decorate around it and make it stand out. And then I chose this stamp to put smack dab in the middle of it. And I just love this little saying. So I put that over there. Down here in this corner, this is my me goal. And each week I'm going to try to work on something different that speaks to me, something that I'm working on for me, trying to find, the positive stuff and looking at myself in a different viewpoint. So you'll see it's 2 things I did really well today. And so I've already marked off each of my squares with 1 and 2. So as I go along, I can write those things in. So it's kind of, in a way, bullet journaling kind of ish, mixed with my actual planning part. On this page, I did a little bit more of the scrap paper and have different designs around this one. And then I just have my typical stuff written in here. Typically, this is going to be my line or space for my personal things. This area down here will be my work things and different things that I've already got going. And then down here, I'm going to have a quote. And these quotes kind of make you stop and think. And I thought this was a perfect one for my very first video, and one that kind of spoke to me for what I'm trying to do, hoping that I can kind of put out a different message about planning for some of us that are overwhelmed already in some way, shapes, and forms. So it says, everyone has baggage. Maybe we should help each other carry it. And I thought it was just fabulous. And the author's written down here also. And it's kind of my viewpoint in life. And I think if we all help one another, things turn out a whole lot better. And so that's my wish and my hope for my channel as it starts moving along and it's changing. And for a lot of it, it'll be changing because of you guys out there and you asking for things that you want to see or explanations of things. I'll put a link down below that talks about some of the supplies I used. And if you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up and follow me. You never know where my journey might end or it might lead. So I'd love it if you would come along with me. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram also, and just look me up and follow along. Stay tuned. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.